it saying that? Is this working? Somebody comment, tell me if this is working. Can you see me? Am I the right way round? It says rotate device. What are you saying rotate device for, you piece of shit? Probably shouldn't be driving and reading comments. I'm not going to read any comments, actually. Anyway, hey everyone, I just wanted to make a quick video. Alexis Sanchez to Manchester United. I wanted to talk about that. I hope you guys can hear me all right. Obviously, I'm driving along at the moment. Not sure of the legalities of this, but I'm not touching the device. So, yeah, you know, I put a little tweet out earlier saying, let me know if you guys would have Alexis Sanchez at Manchester United, and it was a pretty resounding yes. And the reason for that is he's a top-class player. You know, Arsenal have bought a lot of players over the years. I say a lot of players. They haven't spent nowhere near as much as the other top clubs. And he's one of those players that they did sign that's sheer class, that just took to the Premier League like a duck to water. He's absolutely fantastic. So, just to answer the basic question, would I have Alexis Sanchez at Manchester United? The answer to that is 100% yes, I would. Because he's a match winner. He's a great player. He's certainly been one of the best players in the Premier League this season. Now, Arsenal, if there's any Arsenal fans who stumbled across this, shut up, all right? I know what you're thinking. I know what you're saying. Oh, why would he leave Arsenal to go to United? Well, why did RVP leave Arsenal to go United? To maybe win the Premier League or win something? And yes, at this particular moment in time, in terms of finishing in the league, Arsenal are ahead of United at the moment, right? But who knows what's going to happen come the end of the season? United have got another route to qualify for the Champions League also, which is the Europa League. Arsenal may not be even in the Champions League next season. I think he's the sort of player that we should be looking to sign in the summer. The only reason I'm even talking about this now, I wouldn't have even suggested this yesterday or a couple of days ago, but Alexis Sanchez doesn't seem too happy at Arsenal. You know, he's having training ground bust-ups and all these sorts of things that you're hearing about. Whether or not it's true, who knows. He's also wasn't played in the game the other night for Arsenal, which is insane, really, and Arsene Wenger's reason for that was down to tactics. So you don't play your best player because he doesn't fit into the tactics of your team. What a load of bollocks. Do you hear Real Madrid not playing Cristiano Ronaldo because he doesn't fit the particular tactics that they want to play in that team? No, he's a fucking match winner. So you find space for him. You build your tactics around him. That's exactly what Alexis Sanchez is. He's a match winner. So I find that unbelievable. There's certainly something going on behind the scenes, whether it's Sanchez wants more money, whether he's not happy at Arsenal. I mean, I was surprised they even managed to sign him in the first place from Barca. You know, I didn't see that. They obviously didn't rate him high enough to keep him over there. He's come to Arsenal. He's been a revelation. What I like about Alexis Sanchez is he's a great wide player. You can play him out wide. He's going to assist your goals. He's going to tie the opposition defence up in knots. He's going to score goals from that position also. But as you can see with what's happened with Arsenal this season, when he's played in an advanced forward position on his own up there, he's also an absolute dynamo. He's a goal scorer. So that's what I like about him coming to United, because United are after a striker. We need a striker in the summer because Zlatan Ibrahimovic may or may not be here next season. We need someone to come in and sort of stake a claim to that number 9 role, if you like, the goal scoring role. And he's got the potential to do that. But not only that, he's very versatile. You can play him on the wing, you can play him wide. So for those reasons alone, I think he's somebody we should be looking to add to our ranks. I know this is not going to be a popular video with anybody who's not a Manchester United fan, because they'll be saying, you know, you're setting your sights too high on Sanchez. But are we? Are we? Manchester United are a bigger club than Arsenal, whatever you say. Even if we finish 6th and they finish 4th, we're a much bigger club than those Gooners. So I don't see how it's beyond the realms of possibility anyway for us to go out there and sign a player that, you know, was a reject from Barcelona and has now rejected Arsenal. I hope he has anyway. But it just goes to show you the state of Arsenal Football Club. You know, what's going on? Their star man at this pivotal moment in the season, they're not even playing him. There's some sort of bust-up behind the scenes. What is going on at Arsenal Football Club? I mean, they haven't even decided whether or not Wenger's going to be staying for next season or not. It's like, is he going to be manager next season? Surely the players, surely the fans, you know, the staff there, surely they need to know this pretty soon, you know, in order to build for next season, you would think. So I think right now, Arsenal are a club in a very strange situation, a very funny position, and if at any time is a time to go and poach their best player, it would be now, especially because he's not happy there. Something's definitely going on behind the scenes. Now, some people on Twitter earlier were saying they don't want Sanchez. He's a gooner, he's got the wrong attitude, he's prima donna, he's dramatic, all that sort of stuff. Fair enough, but he's also a class player. You know, look at Sergio Aguero. He's a little Argentinian rat boy, isn't he? You know, I don't like him. I really don't like Sergio Aguero, just the way he looks. Maybe that's harsh, but, you know, it's true. But if he became available, even though he's a scummy City player, if he became available, would I want him to play for Manchester United? Well, yeah, I would actually, because he's class, and he's going to win you games, he's going to score you loads of goals. He's one of the best players in the world, as is Alexis Sanchez. So no, I don't think it's crazy that we could potentially sign Alexis Sanchez. We signed Robin van Persie for £20 million, which at the time was the biggest steal of the century. He went on to fire us to the Premier League trophy in Fergie's last season in charge. So that worked out tremendously as far as signings go from Arsenal. And, you know, I think he would have that sort of an impact as well. Now, it's you know, it's still ridiculously unlikely that United could sign him from Arsenal, because they'd like to offload him to somebody else, surely. But I thought that about RVP. I thought, well, why would they sell their best world-class striker to a rival in the Premier League? And look what happened there when they did that. Maybe they've learned from that. I still don't understand why they did that. Why couldn't they have sold him to, you know, Barca or anybody or somebody else? That it just happened to be right at the particular time. And look what Robin van Persie did when he came over from Arsenal. No United fans said, oh, we don't want him, he's a gooner. No, he's scoring all these goals, but sod him, he's a gooner. Fact is, you don't give a shit when he's wearing that red shirt and he's scoring goals and he's firing you to the title. He's no longer a gooner. He's a devil. He's a freaking devil. And that's exactly what could happen with Alexis Sanchez if we could poach him from Arsenal. I tell you what, if we could, that would make my year, that would, because I bloody hate Arsenal, and their fans always giving it the big one, especially these last couple of years when we've slipped down the pecking order a little bit. You know, their fans have really been on the case. Yeah? Enjoy your 4th place this season, Arsenal, because we're finishing 2nd. We're also winning the Europa League. We've already won the Mickey Mouse Cup, and we're going to batter Chelsea and win the FA Cup as well. So you enjoy it while it lasts. But I wanted to make this video really to gauge your thoughts. You know, I've had a lot of opinion on Twitter already, but I want to gauge your thoughts and your opinions on what you think will happen in terms of the Alexis Sanchez situation. Will he sign another contract at Arsenal? That could happen. Probably the most likely thing to happen. Maybe he's just not quite happy with his contract or whatever it may be. So that could happen. But listen, if Arsenal slip out of the Champions League spots, which they have done, and if they finish there at the end of the season, is a player of Alexis Sanchez's quality going to want to play for a team that's not in the Champions League? And it's a bit different with United as well. You know, United have signed quality players over the last couple of years, and we've not been in the Champions League for some of that time. But it's a bit different because United's almost like the Harlem Globetrotters of English football. You know, we've sort of like almost a mythical beast. So we've got this legendary status, we've got this global status, like one of those super clubs, which Arsenal are not, I'm afraid. And that allows us to go out there and sign players that ordinarily we might not be able to do if we weren't in the Champions League. But all I'm making this video is about is to say, Arsenal fans, enjoy Sanchez while you can. I say while you can, he's not even being played. I don't get that. If you're Arsene Wenger, why are you not playing Alexis Sanchez? It makes no sense. The only sense that it makes is that he's fallen out of favour with the coach, or, you know, they've had a bust up, or he doesn't get on with his team, or whatever it may be. You always see, and there's a lot of histrionics from Alexis Sanchez on the pitch. He's always complaining, he's always moaning, and people don't like that about him. But I like that about him. I look at him, I see him being frustrated, and I see him thinking, these guys are just shit who I'm playing with. Why am I not playing with a better set of players? Come over to United, Alexis. You know, we've got a better set of players you can play with. Oh, I can't wait to get home and read this. Read the comments from the Arsenal scummers on this video, because it is going to be full of them. But also, like I said, I just wanted to see what you guys thought about it. So I can see all the comments coming through. Obviously, I'm driving at the moment. It's sideways, I cannot really read them, so make sure you come back after this video has been published in order to comment properly so I can reply to it and read it after this video. So make sure you do that. Just let me know what you think about the possibility, percentage-wise, of Alexis Sanchez coming to Manchester United from Arsenal. Would they want to sell him abroad to somebody else? Of course they would. But he's only got 1 year left on his deal, right? If they don't cash in this summer, then they risk losing him on a free after 6 months, round about Christmas. He's allowed to talk to other clubs, and he could potentially leave on the free at the end of next season. Arsenal do not want that to happen. They will take the money, just like they did with Robin van Persie. They got 23 million or 24 million, whatever it was, 20 million for Robin van Persie, which is better than a kick in the bollocks. Because quite frankly, Robin van Persie would have probably left Arsenal for a free and joined United at the end of season anyway, when he was allowed to talk to other clubs, because he wanted to win the Premier League. People give Robin van Persie a lot of stick for leaving Arsenal, the club that he was very loyal to for 8 years. But you can't put a price on winning the Premier League trophy. You know, people look at Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard is an unbelievable player. He'll go down in history as one of the Premier League's best midfielders, but he won't go down as the best. And the reason for that is he doesn't have a poxy Premier League trophy. You know what I mean? Robin van Persie came to United. He fulfilled the only reason why he really wanted to come to United, which was, I'm guessing, to play under Fergie, the most special manager of the era, but also to have an actual chance of winning the Premier League title, which he did. So if I'm Alexis Sanchez, I'm thinking, look at where United are heading, and look where Arsenal are heading. Arsenal don't spend freely. They haven't done for years and years and years. They were paying off the stadium, they paid it off, and then they still don't spend money. I know they signed Sanchez, I know they signed Ozil. Compare Arsenal to City, Chelsea, United, they don't spend half as much. So where's the ambition at that club? If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm disgusted with the ambition of Arsenal, because they've got the potential to be right up there challenging. They're only ever a player or two away, a position or two away from being, you know, a real great side. But they're always lacking in one or two departments, and they don't address them. They don't go out there. You know, Wenger makes very considered purchases. He never takes a risk. He never takes a gamble, and that shows. That shows in the fact that Arsenal are never challenging. They're always just challenging for fourth position. Anyway, you know, just wanted to make this video and say, Gooners, even though of course we drew at the weekend. But there you go. They are shit, aren't they, at the moment, Arsenal? And it's not looking like it's going to get any better. Whereas United, it is looking like it's going to get better. I'm expecting United to challenge for the Premier League trophy next year. And if Jose Mourinho fails to get the best out of United and fails to get us challenging, I think that's a complete failure of the season. Especially considering the players we've signed and the players that we will sign in the summer, i.e. Alexis Sanchez. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the possibility and the prospect of Sanchez. Do you even want him at the club? You know, is he a Manchester United player? This is another thing that was being discussed on Twitter. Some people said he's not a United player. Well, what is a United player, you know? I deem a United player to be a quality player who tries 100% out there on the pitch and is always trying to win. That's the vibe I get from Alexis Sanchez. He might be a prima donna, he might be a little Chilean prat for all we know, but still, I think he's a class player who could add something to United. And like I was saying about Sergio Aguero earlier, you can let bygones be bygones when they slip into the red shirt, because now they've got the mentality of that club. They're fighting for your team. You know, there is a bit of turncoat mentality when it comes to players switching between big teams or rival teams, i.e. Sol Campbell from Tottenham to Spurs. But if you look what that did for Sol Campbell's career, you can't begrudge him it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about it. I'm going to concentrate on driving now before I mow over a granny. And not in the sense that Wayne Rooney did. I'm talking about hitting them with my car. So take it easy. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is The Pig. Let me know what you think about Sanchez to United. Get commenting below. Smash a like on this video. It'd be much appreciated if you want to see more. I'm probably going to call this video Live Drive. It just came to me. This is the Live Drive Alexis Sanchez special. So get your thoughts and opinions in. As always, it's been a pleasure. I'm going to shoot. This is The Pig. Take it easy. And I can't end the thing. I'm going to have to pull over here. This is dodgy. Oh, shit and Nora. Right, let me just pull up here so I can actually end this video, because the police have introduced this new thing. If you touch your phone while you're driving, you get 6 points. What are the bollocks? Last time Arsenal saw 6 points was a while ago.